Hello everybody, back here again for vlog a day. And today is Monday the 24th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning fairly early, got the dogs all out. Wife got off to work, all that good fun stuff. Got the dogs all fed, all medicated, everything that comes along with that whole scenario. Get everything all taken care of. Everything was good to go with it. Got a few things done around the house. Just kind of hung out with the dogs in the morning. Had a few things to take care of. A little bit of yard work here and there. Just kind of cleaning up some stuff and everything goes good. Had a meet and greet for a new dog setter to watch my dog Bruce, and I reached out to a bunch of people. Most of them don't read what I say. Like, they read like half of the comments. And like, I left a pretty long description, things I'd want to know about my dog if I was going to watch my dog. And my thing is, I tell you all the facts, so that way you know what's going on and you're less likely to be caught off guard by it when the time comes or something happens. And like him pooping on the floor because he's old and he doesn't have control of his colon anymore. So that whole kind of thing. So went ahead and whatnot, and most of them are just like, nope, can't watch dog, nope, can't watch dog. And one of the things I put in there is the fact that also he's great with puppies. I watch dogs all the time and stuff, so we have dogs all the time. But if you have a young puppy with high energy, puppy energy, you'll need to give them a space for him to get away from that puppy every once in a while. Whether it be move the puppy away from him or move him away from the puppy, just because after a while you get annoyed by it. But I figure, hey, I want them to know that way in case like they're in a small place, and if they think the dogs are going to be left alone for 12 hours at a time with puppy energy, it's not going to go well, and it's easier to have him. He doesn't, like, he's not mean to him. He just gives them like a massive big bark and it scares the shit out of them usually, and they go lay down. And it's kind of that learning curve that puppies need to learn. It's good for the puppies, but some people freak out, and my fear is they'll hear that one big bark, and they hear that one big bark, they'll freak out, think my dog's aggressive, and lock him in a closet or something for the rest of the stay, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. So most people just hear, can't be around puppies. They don't read the whole thing, don't read the context, don't call to discuss anything else about it, and just say, nope, can't watch a dog, which fine, whatever. And I had the other one that I did meet and greet, who never even petted my dog, never touched my dog once in the whole process, and basically was only asking, how do I get more clients? Why are you doing this? And then told me about how he smoked weed and took mushrooms all the time in the meet and greet, which I thought was also kind of a strange conversation to come up with, but that was weird. And then never finished the booking. Like, never finished the booking. So I'm like, well, I guess you don't want to watch my dog? I don't know. And it was also weird because his girlfriend also watched dogs on the same app because it doesn't show addresses. I'd reached out to her also. I was reaching out to multiples when I first did it, and they were the closest to me. And her response finally, after replying back multiple times, I don't even want to say, hey, I booked with somebody else, and I just kind of ghosted you. I was giving her time to reply, and her answer was, well, you met with my boyfriend today, or last week, and whatever stuff, so if you want to just book with him. So I'm like, okay, so I booked with him, and he never finished it, so I didn't really have a warm, fuzzy feeling with this scenario. That she came off very pissy, I guess, is the best way to put it. So I scheduled this meet and greet with another client who's quite a ways out. It's like a 45-minute round trip. And I was like, yeah, no big deal. Went out there. I had it scheduled for 10 a.m. this morning. So I grabbed my dog. We headed across the street to jump in the truck and loaded him up. He actually chased the neighbor's cat for a bit because the neighbor's cat was out. So he loves to chase that cat. My neighbor made the mistake of letting him into his house, like a little patio area where the cat is, to say hi to the cat one day. So now every time he's there, he wants to run there and he wants to go in the patio also to look for this cat. And it just, like, should have not let him inside, because now he's like whining at the door trying to play with this guy's cat. But it's all good. So we got in the truck and I grabbed other stuff I put in the truck, and then I was like, man, my truck smells like shit. I'm like, what the hell happened here? And Bruce decided to poop the back of the truck up, so the back where the back seat would be. Luckily I have like good covers and stuff, everything on the mattress, like a memory foam mattress I have down for him to lay on when he's in the truck, and got it all wrapped up, got it cleaned up. I also carry a half-gallon jug of water in my truck just for the dogs and stuff and whatnot, so I used that water to wash him up, because he not only did he poop in the back, he sat on it kind of thing, and it was a mess. So I got him all cleaned up best I could, chucked the mattress cover out, threw another blanket on, because I carry extra blankets in my truck, threw another cover on the mattress, and we headed out to go to the meet and greet. And I was like, oh, at least he's pooped now, so it should be empty for this meet and greet. So I get out there a little early, because I hate being late to stuff. So texted and said, hey, I'm here a little early, I can happily wait though if you're not ready. And she said, nope, come on by. So, and she's on like 5 acres, so it's a nice little spot. And I stopped in there, hey, got the dog out, we chatted a little bit. She met me out front, we were talking. I said, hey, do you want to meet, your dogs and my dogs. She's like, oh, hey, be fine. So I let her have a meet. Like, I want to know my dog's gonna be around and stuff. So she went in and got the dogs, and she had a client's husky there, which was super nice. And then she had an old dog who's got massive tumors and stuff. The dog really just seems happy, just is old as well. So, and also poops on things quite often. So she's used to it. And then she had her border collie, who is, I think, a little more of a pain in the butt dog, because she had that dog on leash. And I was like, what? And I reminded her the gate was open. I drove through, so this yard's not fenced, so make sure, you know, and the dogs are not supposed to be loose, kind of thing. And I realized the border collie's hurt, the husky was a setter. And I'm like, please take your dog off a leash. I said it a couple times. I'm like, it's gonna go a lot easier. My dog, I said, even if your dog is mean to my dog will handle it, but please take it off a leash and stuff. So she took it off a leash, put the husky on leash, which is the client's dog, and then they got along perfectly fine. There was no issues at all. Didn't care a bit. So I educated her on the concept of how meet and greets go with dogs on leash and stuff. Kind of gave her some education about how it works. Super friendly. Her daughter came out, and her daughter just fell in love with Bruce instantly. She was like, oh my God. She was like just in love with him. It's so big. She's getting big cuddles and stuff and big hugs and everything, and it's all good there. So, and he does so good with little kids, and he does good with old people too. It don't matter, but it just helps me feel much better with a big dog that does well with little ones. So went ahead, we chatted a little while, went inside to kind of look at the house, and they're in the process of remodeling their house. It's been a few years. They're kind of those people who started a project, never finished it. So the house is, the flooring's not finished and different things and whatnot, but I don't care what your house looks like as long as you take care of my dog. You know, I don't give a damn. So we talked about bringing out a bunch of extra blankets to put on the furniture, so in case he does poop while he's sleeping, kind of thing and stuff and whatnot, and just told her about how I'd fence in part of her yard and different things to help make her more likely to get more more clients, and also make her life easier as a dog setter, kind of thing. So even talked about where it'd be a good spot to put a gate inside her house and different little concepts of what would work well. So, but yeah, it went really good. I went ahead and booked it. She finished the booking on her end, so we're all set, it's all paid, all good to go. So I haven't heard back from the other guy yet. I'm just kind of gonna let it sit there. So I'm like, hey, I was waiting for you, you never did hear from you, so who knows. I'm gonna kind of leave it open. I'm not gonna basically tell him to piss off, because in case something happens, who knows, that person could get sick, get hit by a train, God knows what. So, but yeah, we had a good conversation. We talked about what happens if my dog dies on the trip. I'm like, hey, this could happen, he's really old, and is this gonna be traumatic to your kids? And she goes, oh no, they've had other pets, they understand. We talked about life and death. She was a vet tech for years, so she has knowledge about that whole concept, and talked about what to do with my dog if he does die and all that as we go. So I had a good conversation there. On the way back home, I went ahead and stopped in at the pool supply company, had my water tested for my pool, and left Bruce in the truck, AC running and shit. I'm in there for a few minutes, and the back's open, the top running, it was all good. But ran in there real quick, got the water tested, said I needed a half gallon of chlorine and then some stabilizer. So I went ahead and purchased some more chlorine, and I have more stabilizer at home, which turned out I didn't. So I'll go and pick up some more of that. But went ahead, and as I'm walking back out, there was a SUV next to me, and there was like 3 little dogs in there just going batshit nuts. It was so funny because they've been barking the whole time. You could hear them inside the building even. Bruce he didn't even get up. He was still laying down in the back. He didn't give a damn about it at all. And there was a person in the back seat, the SUV with the dogs. Somebody was driving someone in the back seat, and they couldn't control their dogs inside their own truck with them in it. And I just felt so bad for the dogs. I feel bad for people a little bit, but most of the dogs, because those dogs aren't happy. They're losing their damn mind. They're just barking their ass off, and they're scared, they're terrified, they're on edge all the time. It's a shitty life to live. So got back to the house, went ahead, hung out with the dogs for a while, got everybody back out, got everybody played with, and then hung around for a while, went ahead, decided to go for my run, went and got my run in, got back, jumped in the pool. Also, I got my pool vacuum, hooks up to the filter system, says it works with above ground pools. I was gonna put it down as I jumped in the pool. Realized it needed to be a little more assembled than I could do from in the pool. So I put it back over in the patio after my shower. I went ahead and assembled it, went over to install it, and it doesn't work with above ground pools. It doesn't work at all with above ground pools. So I started looking online a bunch, trying to find out what I needed for other adapters and things I needed to make it fit and make it work. And was finally able to order some stuff. Who knows? I'll get here tomorrow. Hopefully I can make it work. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to chuck it back to Amazon, and we can bring it back and go a different way and just do it with a handheld vac and say the hell with it. So unfortunately it kind of sucks, but it would be nice to have something that just kind of really vacuums the bottom, and I wouldn't have to worry about it so much, but it is what it is. So yeah, got that done. Ended up having myself a dinner. We ended up having a nice little supper, chilled out there, watched a little bit of TV, watched another episode of Man vs. Bee. And it's such a weird show. It's also insanely short, so watched an episode of it, and watched an episode, almost a full episode of the show I've been watching called Blockbuster. And I think it was the season finale. I'm not certain, but I think it was season finale that I finished. So I'll just see if it's still there or not tomorrow. But and it is what it is. Headed back outside. Ended up dealing with a bunch of other stuff. I was trying to get that full thing figured out, and all kind of dealing, got late. And then I went ahead, and the cigar I was going to smoke, thought it was too late for that. It was going to be a long cigar. So I said, I went back in and grabbed a different cigar, a new one I never smoked either, but it looked like it was going to be shorter. It ended up being a long ass cigar. So I was out there until almost midnight, and then I finally came in. Wife was like, holy crap, sorry, it's like 12:12. I'm like, yeah. So I got the dogs put away. Everybody's good to go. Everybody's kind of laying down to go to bed, and I ended up having a little bowl of Doritos, watched a little bit of TV on the iPad, and finally wrapped it up and headed to sleep. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.